Any resemblance?
There's a certain similarity in the construction of the letter E in the word steel. However, I wouldn't say definitely.
Mr. Kennedy is expecting you. He's in the laboratory.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Kennedy.
Hello, Marty.
Hello, Marty.
Here you are. What did Mr. Gaunt say?
He didn't say nothing. See, I think that guy's goofy. He gives me this envelope with just a blank piece of paper in it.
How do you know it's a blank piece of paper?
Well, I saw him put it in the envelope.
Oh.
Better put him on your staff, Craig.
He's practically hired.
Anything else?
That'll be all, Marty. Thanks very much.
Okay. Oh, say, Mr. Kennedy.
Yes?
A guy downstairs slipped me $1 to hand this to you.
I'll take it.
All right.
Shall I see what's in it, Craig?
Go right ahead, Jameson. Walter, look out!
Well, what was that, Craig?
Dynamite. And enough to blow us to pieces. Marty.
Yeah.
Who gave you this?
Why, a guy outside gives it to me to bring in to you just as I was coming into your place.
Ever see him before?
No. And I never wants to see him again, either.
All right, Marty. You can go, but don't say anything about this.
All right.
Nice, playful guy, whoever he was.
Yes. Walter, get the car and meet me in the usual place. I'll be right down.
All right.
That's Kennedy's pal, the reporter. The boss said trail Kennedy, not the other guy.
Sorry they kept you waiting, Jameson.
That's all right, Craig. Look at there. That's one of Geronda's cars.
Yes, it is. Who's driving that car?
I don't know. Never saw him before. That's funny.
Come on, step on it. Follow that car.
Round and round. The old wheel of fortune. Where it stops, nobody knows.
All right, I'll take you to his room.
What'd you have?
I'd have a glass of beer.
You open it there?
I'll open. For two.
You'll open them for two.
Drop me out, boys.
Okay. There's your two. What do you want?
What's up, Chief?
Did you see a heavily veiled woman come in here a few minutes ago?
Yeah. She went upstairs. Room number 8.
Got it. By the looks of things.
Deal me in.
Okay, brother. Coming right up.
Say, listen to me. That's old stuff. What I want now is action.
Yes, but you had what you call action once before, and it sent you to prison. Do you want to go back there?
Who'll send me there? Not you. I'll make sure of that.
Steve, give me a drink.
Joe, won't you please listen to me?
Steve says there's a couple of suspicious-looking guys downstairs. Thinks they're cops.
Perhaps they followed me. Oh, what shall I do?
Where's your car?
Why, it's out in front.
I'll take it down the back way. Get the car there.
Oh, hurry, will you?
Hey, tell that chauffeur outside to get that car around to the back.
Hey, you. Who you shoving?
Copper, come and get him, boys. Look out! And a fight for Sergeant Sullivan. Right. What happened? The woman... Get back! Get back! The woman got away through the back door. Now get back! Get back there! Go on, get back! Stand back there. Go ahead.
Did you get away?
Of course she did. Say, what's the matter with you? Were you scared?
No, only I don't want a classy person like her found dead in this place.
Who said anything about that?
Nobody.
Well, keep your mouth shut.
Okay, Joe. I don't see that drawn to car around here anywhere.
Well, I want you to try and find out who's using it. I'm going to take a look around the laboratory.
All right, I'll check in the house.
Good evening, Mr. Jameson.
Good evening, Wickham. Is Miss Burney in?
In the living room, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, Walter.
Hello, Verna. How are you?
Walter, I have some snapshots I want to show you. Oh, Wickham, will you please have Margaret bring me those snapshots from my room?
The chauffeur's taking Margaret into town, miss.
Oh, all right. I'll get them myself. Excuse me.
Certainly.
Hello, Bouchard. Oh, hello, Nicky. Discover anything yet? No, not yet. Takes some time. Oh, say, Nicky, when this gets cold, take it to my house. You understand, huh?
I understand.
And, put this in the file.
Thank you.
Don't these television broadcasts take your mind off your work?
I never turn it on when I have important work to do.
Nicky, as Dr. Geronda's assistant, do you know if he has recently invented a poison gas formula?
Mr. Brown is the inventor of the new poison gas.
Was anyone else besides Brown familiar with this gas formula?
The files are open to all officers of the Geronda Research Foundation.
Would anyone have access to the gold formula that Dr. Geronda invented?
No, Mr. Kennedy. That's a secret the doctor shared with no one, not even me. He wrote the formula in his diary, which disappeared when he was murdered.
I believe that Dr. Geronda is alive. And I think within 24 hours I will be able to prove this.
No one would be more grateful than I, Mr. Kennedy.
Thanks for your information, Nicky. Jameson.
Oh, Mr. Kennedy, have you seen Shirley?
Verna, the television. I saw him. I heard the voice. His voice.
Whose voice, Nicky?
Dr. Geronda, your father. Turn on the television, quick.
This is my last warning. What you see here will happen to all of you if Craig Kennedy does not drop this case. I want the missing portion of the gold formula.
What are you going to do, Craig?
Shirley, she has some valuable information for you. It may help.
Did Shirley say what this information was?
No,
Where is Shirley?
in her room.
What are you going to do, Craig?
Shirley, she has some valuable information for you. It may help.
Did Shirley say what this information was?
No,
Where is Shirley?
in her room.
What's the trouble, Miss McMillan?
Oh, it was horrible.
What?
A terrible hand clutched at my throat.
Where'd it go?
Out the window.
Out the window.
what's the idea? What's the matter with you? Well, Bouchard! Well, what do you mean by doing this to me? I'll show you. Come on here with me. You come on here with me. Leave me alone, I tell you. Come on, get it. This is an outrage. Well, you pennies for this. How dare you do that to me?
Hey, just a minute. What's the trouble here? What's the matter, Walter?
I found him on the grounds, and he was acting in a very suspicious manner.
But, Louis, what's the trouble?
Oh, I came to see you, and this man here insulted me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake.
Mrs. Geronda heard loud voices, and she's very much upset.
I guess we'd better go to your mother.
Just tell your mother that there's nothing to worry about.
I shall.
Hurry back, Jameson.
Why did you come back tonight?
I have something of great importance to tell you.
But surely you could have waited until tomorrow.
No. Tomorrow will be too late. I must tell you tonight. Listen. Kennedy has a knife belonging to me. And he suspects me of murder. And as long as he has that knife, I'm in danger.
Where is the knife?
It must be at Kennedy's laboratory.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Under some pretext, I want you to go to Kennedy's laboratory and get that knife if possible. Will you do it?
Yes, I'll do my best.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Bouchard, to have caused you any inconvenience.
Quite all right, sir.
By the way, Miss McMillan, those papers you intended to show me, will you bring them with you and call at my laboratory tomorrow?
Certainly.
Thank you. Good night, Mr. Bouchard.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, Miss McMillan.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
What luck. Look at this knife carefully. The one that Kennedy has is identical.
Jenkins, I'm going out and I'm expecting a caller. Tell the lady to wait. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Very well, sir.
I have an appointment with Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy is out. He will be back any minute. Wait here, please.
Thank you.
How do you do, Miss McMillan?
How do you do?
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I had some business to attend to.
Oh, that's perfectly all right. I just arrived.
Did you bring the papers?
Yes, I did. They're right over here.
Thank you, Miss McMillan. I should like to impress upon you, if I may, that any document or any object you may find might be of great value.
I'll remember, Mr. Kennedy.
I'm awfully sorry about that little affair last night. By the way, Miss McMillan, may I ask how long you have known Mr. Bouchard?
Oh, for quite some time. I'm sure you will find everything there, Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hello, Shirley. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Oh, sort of cold in here. Say, Craig, did she get the knife?
Yes. She got a knife, but not the one knife I expected her to take.
No?
Now, look here. I want you to follow her and don't lose sight of her.
Just as good as done, boy.
Good afternoon. Will you please inform your master, Mr. Bouchard, that Mr. Duval is here and would like to see him?
Won't you come in?
Thank you.
If you'll kindly have a chair, I will inform Mr. Bouchard.
Thank you.
Oh, Monsieur Duval. I am very happy to see you, sir.
My dear Bouchard, I see you have a very valuable collection of knives.
Oh, my collection is very small, but I am very proud of it.
You're entirely too modest.
Hello, Gaston.
Hello. And how's my Shirley?
Oh, splendid, thank you, Louis.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Fine. Come here, will you please, dear? I want you to meet Monsieur Duval, also a knife collector. Miss Macmillan, Monsieur Duval.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And now, to business.
Monsieur Bouchard, I do hope you shall not be disappointed, as I have brought only one knife from my collection. But it is a very valuable one, as you can see.
It can't be possible.
What can't be possible, Louis?
That knife. Well, I thought I had the only one of that pattern in existence. Wait, monsieur, I will show you mine. That is my knife. A knife like this in the whole world.
Yes, Bouchard, you are quite right. It is your knife. And it may interest you to know that the man who last handled this knife is a murderer. Just a minute, please, Miss McMillan.
Mr. Kennedy!
What is the meaning of this?
Now, if you'll just calm yourself, I'll explain.
Do you mean to accuse me of murder?
You have admitted that the knife is yours.
But he didn't kill anyone. I'm sure of that.
I'm afraid you're a very poor advocate for Bouchard. Didn't you steal a knife from my laboratory?
Yes, I did. But I did it for Louis' sake. The disgrace would have killed his mother, even if he were only under suspicion.
It is true, monsieur. What do you know about the knife, Gaston? I was playing cards. I lost. Then I borrowed with a knife as security.
I want you to tell me who gave you the money for the knife.
The man I played cards with. He first took my money, then the knife.
Would you recognize this man if you saw him again?
Why, yes, sir. I will never forget him.
Where did you play cards with him?
At the Harbor Hotel.
Well, of course, you would like to make amends to Monsieur Boucher, would you not?
Why, yes, sir.
Then you'll come with me to the Harbor Hotel and do exactly as I tell you. Now, for the time being, we'll let matters rest. Come, Gaston. Did he go in?
Yes.
Say, that guy works with the knife collectors downstairs. He wants to see you.
Hasn't he lost enough already?
Where are you going?
That easy marker's downstairs. He's looking for me. I guess he wants a game.
I just saw him down the street talking to a couple of guys. They look like cops to me.
Cops, huh?
Yeah.
Say, that fellow downstairs is getting nervous. Tell him to meet me over in the hallway of 506. I'll be right over. I'll take care of him.
Well, did you see him?
Yes. I am to meet him in front of 506.
I see. Now remember, don't you forget our signal. The minute he comes out, you light the cigarette.
Very well.
Don't go, Joe. It might be a frame-up.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
I guess you do.
You gave the signal, Carlos. Where is he? Carlos, where is he?
He's dead, Greg.
Call an ambulance.
All right.
I'll look this place over.
See that all my orders are carried out. What a surprise, Mr. Kennedy, for both of us. Now that you're here, I have another surprise. Pleasant for me, and very unpleasant for you.
You don't think I came here without protection, do you?
Let them come. They can have what's left of you, Craig Kennedy. What a surprise, Mr. Kennedy, for both of us. Now that you're here, I have another surprise. Pleasant for me, and very unpleasant for you.
You don't think I came here without protection, do you?
Let them come. They can have what's left of you, Craig Kennedy.
Jameson.
Craig, what were those shots?
They were meant for me. The clutching hand again. But my bulletproof vest saved me. Do you recognize that incense? That's the same that Hammock used in the colonnade.
You're right. I've had a hunch all the time that they were mixed up in this business.
Miss McMillan, I want this visit to remain a secret.
Just as you say, Mr. Denton.
Let's be frank. As Dr. Geronda's secretary, I believe you know more about the gold formula than anyone else, outside of Dr. Geronda.
Why, Mr. Denton, you don't mean that
Not only for the company, but for personal reasons. I would like to see that gold formula recovered. I guess you understand?
I was employed personally by Dr. Gironda. And if I knew anything about the gold formula, I would turn it over to Mrs. Gironda.
But, Miss McMillan, you don't understand.
I think I do, perfectly.
Yes?
Mr. Gott to see you, sir.
Have him come in. Have a chair, Mr. Gaunt.
Thanks.
Of course, you know I sent for you.
Yes.
I demand that you remove Craig Kennedy from the Gironda case.
And, what are your reasons, Denton?
I personally object to having my private business pried into.
Well, you know, the government is very much interested in this gold formula. And until it's found, and Dr. Gironda is proven dead or alive, Kennedy stays on the case. If that's all you have to talk about, good day, sir.
Miss Dillon.
Yes.
Get the Harbor Hotel on the phone.
Now, when Miss Gironda... Oh, Mr. Kennedy.
Hello, Herman.
You seem to be taking a great interest in our colonnade.
Yes, more than you can imagine, really. You see, an old friend of mine, Dr. Neblett, is interested in the 7 steps. Of course, you know Dr. Neblett.
Oh, yes, I have heard of him, but I've never had the pleasure of meeting him. A great man and a great philosopher.
Then you would like to meet him?
Why, yes, of course.
Well, Dr. Neblett, in that case, may attend Mrs. Gironda's Thursday afternoon session.
Yes, I'd be delighted.
Well, thank you. I'll notify Mrs. Gironda. Thank you. Then I shall see you on Thursday.
Very well, Thursday.
Bye.
Wait a minute. Wait for me. Well, it's all cold.
What's cold?
This racket. Kennedy's wise to us.
Come in.
Hi, Blackie. What's the racket?
Why, haven't you made some mistake?
Mistake nothing. Your name is Blackie Humphreys. What's the game now in this outfit?
I've never seen you before.
Can it? You and I were cellmates that last stretch in the big house.
All right, Harvey. You win. We've been working on the queen of this castle. She's got a fortune in jewels, but now the jig's up.
What do you mean the jig's up?
Kennedy's going to spring a Dr. Niblet on us at our Thursday afternoon session.
Well, what of it?
Oh, he's going to make us show our hand. I think this Niblet guy's a cop. And just when we were all set to have Mrs. Gironda take the steps of the jewels so we could grab our diamonds and make a getaway, this thing has to happen. I've got it. Let's move the date up to Wednesday. Then you impersonate Dr. Niblet, and we'll get a chance to grab the jewels and make a getaway. What do you say?
Okay, that suits me.
Swell.
You tell the lady about the change in date.
All right. So number 6 is a traitor, eh?
Yeah, he's going to impersonate Dr. Niblet. They're going to get Mrs. Gironda's jewels and split 3 ways.
We'll see about that. You get O'Hara and Wilson. Use plan A-B and report to me for further orders. So he's going to double-cross me and get the jewels, eh?
Hello, Verna.
How do you do, Mr. Ron?
Hello. Any news about Father?
Nothing definite, I regret to say.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
I'll forgive you this time.
Well, we better be on our way.
Goodbye, Jameson. Goodbye, Miss Gironda.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Craig. See you later.
Oh, Jenkins. Any developments?
Yes, sir. A message recorded on the visitone over the Gironda hookup.
While Miss Gironda was here?
Oh, no, sir. Sometime before that.
Thank you, Jenkins.
Hammock to see you, madam.
Show him in, Wickham.
Yes, madam.
We'll continue this later.
Yes, Nicky. Oh, Hammock.
Mr. Kennedy found that Dr. Niblet could not be present on Thursday afternoon and asked if we could advance the meeting to Wednesday.
Why, certainly.
Unfortunately, Mr. Kennedy cannot be present. But after all, Dr. Niblet is the important guest.
Yes. I'm very anxious to meet Dr. Niblet.
He was delighted to learn that we are to have the ceremony of the jewels.
Really?
Yes, it is so impressive.
Yes, it is.
Very well. Then I shall inform Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you, Hammock.
Good afternoon.
That's the costume I want, that white one.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Come again.
All right, boys, let's put him in the car.
When Joe Mitchell comes in, Steve, tell him I want to see him.
He's upstairs now.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm telling you, that's the way it goes.
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Got a little job I want you to pull for me Wednesday afternoon.
I can't Wednesday. I've got a date I can't break.
Yeah? Well, I'll get someone else.
I'll be seeing you.
Mrs. Gironda left strict orders not to be disturbed. She's preparing for the ceremony of the jewels to take place in the colonnade.
Very well, Wickham. Don't disturb her.
Very good, sir.
Come along, Walter. Come on, Sullivan. Go ahead, Sullivan. We'll keep you covered. Come on. That'll hold him. Come on.
Come on, let's beat it.
All right, gentlemen. It's all over. You two men are under arrest. Hand over those jewels. Hand them over.
on, let's beat it.
All right, gentlemen. It's all over. You two men are under arrest. Hand over those jewels. Hand them over.
All right, that's enough. Come on, get up there. Come on, stand up there. That's enough, boys. Here you are, Craig. You hurt?
No, I'm all right. Sullivan and I'll take care of these fellas. Get out there and bring in O'Hara.
All right. Watch them.
Well, Humphreys, what have you got to say for yourself?
I knew the game was up. The moment you sprung that Dr. Neblet on us.
Who's in this racket with you?
Well, at first, Gallagher and I were going to pull this thing alone. Then we cut in Spike Harvey to impersonate your Dr. Neblet. And the dirty rat double-crossed us. You can question us all you want, Kennedy. I don't know a thing about the gold formula. Our racket was the jewels.
Well, Craig?
Where's O'Hara?
You know what that means.
We're getting close.
How's that?
When a criminal begins to boast, it's a sign of weakness.
Hammock! Hammock! Why, what's the trouble?
Nothing for you to worry about, Miss Gironda. We just put a stop to a couple of imposters who were attempting to steal your mother's jewels.
Hammock? An imposter?
Yes. None other than notorious Blackie Humphreys, a crook.
But my mother, Mr. Kennedy, she's very ill. She seems to be in a sort of daze.
What about this, Blackie?
She'll be all right. She probably inhaled some of that incense. She'll come out of it in a little while.
Hand me that jewel case. I want to return these jewels and ask your mother a few questions. Sullivan, take these boys down to headquarters.
Right. Your bungling of the Gironda colonnade job has caused Kennedy to lay plans to raid this place. My efforts to secure the missing portion of the Gironda gold formula have been jeopardized. Number 8, I want you to see that all evidence concerning the Gironda gold formula is removed from here and placed aboard the Nellie D at once. Number 4 and number 2 cooperate with number 8. You know what happened to number 6. Answer me.
Yes, sir.
If you don't want to meet the same fate, you'd better not bungle this job. Now go.
Well, when I see that gal, when I get ashore tonight, I'm going to go tonight. And when I meet that gal, in the dark, I'm petite do I'm going. Say me some of that hair tonic, Slug.
Too good.
Hey,
give Tom your comb.
Coming over, Slug.
Hot dog. Look at here. I'm going to town now.
Who's got a towel?
Hey, where's my towel? You never had a towel.
Hey, what's the big head there, you? Hey, you mugs. Captain's orders, no shore leave.
What do you mean, no shore leave? Where does he get that stuff? I got a date. What do you mean we can't go ashore?
You heard me.
Who's gonna stop me?
I'll stop all of you. the idea, Olaf? You said no shore leave. There they are. Yeah, but I didn't say put them in the hospital. I'll go out and get some extra men. And see that they don't get away. They won't get away, Captain.
It can't be done, Hobart.
You're the head of the corporation. You control the ships. I got the cargo.
But you don't understand.
You easing up because you expect to get rich from the Gironda gold formula?
I'm interested in finding the gold formula purely from the company's angle.
Don't make me laugh. I'd like to get my hands on it, and so would you and everyone else connected with it.
You're covering a lot of territory, Hobart.
I cover enough to include the meetings you've been having with Mrs. Gironda.
Mrs. Gironda happens to be a stockholder in the corporation.
You just tell Captain Hanson to carry out my instructions. We'll forget the other stuff. Oh, hello, Joe.
Hello. See you later.
What's new?
I just heard that little talk you had with the party who just left.
So what?
You lay off the Gironda family, or your friend will be missing you the next time he calls.
That's possible. People disappear very suddenly around here.
Hello? Oh, it's you. No, I can't talk to you. Not now. Call me tomorrow.
That Mitchell threatening you again?
Yes, Nicky. Oh, what am I going to do?
Don't worry about it anymore. Just leave him to me.
Oh, but Nicky, you don't mean...
No, nothing like that.
Like a second-hand shop. What's the big idea?
Sullivan just phoned that the Nellie D is sailing with a strange cargo. An invalid old man.
Dr. Gironda, huh? Where's Sullivan now?
I've got to meet him near the Harbor Hotel. Here, get into this. I may need you.
All right.
Got a berth, mate?
No.
Want one?
Sure.
Well, the Nellie D needs a few men. Report to Olaf, first mate.
All right.
Howdy, Cap.
Howdy.
Shot a man?
Yes, and I don't care how I get them.
I've got an able-bodied man. A real seaman. I might even pay his wages while he's away.
What's your deal, mister?
Never mind the name. Let's have a drink. I'll point out your man.
Okay.
Give me a deck of cards, Steve. What'll it be?
Straight.
Right.
What do you have, Captain? The usual. You?
Little straight, please. Now, it's up to you.
Have a drink? seafaring man?
No. But I'll take that drink. I'm not feeling so well.
Slow, eh?
None of your business.
Later. Here's the drink.
What'll you have?
You know what I want.
Okay.
Where's the captain? Is everything ready?
I've got to leave. He'll play your game.
Okay with me. I'll deal. Have one?
Sure. Any of you fellas want to go ashore? Come on.
I'll go.
Hey. Give me a hand with this bird. He's had too much.
Well, I see you brought my cargo.
Yeah.
Well, that's that.
Take good care of him, Cap.
What's the big idea?
You're going for a little trip.
Little trip. Nothing.
Look out for that guy. He's dynamite.
I'm not afraid of that big gorilla. Get out of here.
Get forward where you belong.
Yes.
Where's that other new man?
I don't know.
I thought I told you to go forward. Get him, Olaf. Break every bone in his body.
Where's that other new man?
I don't know.
I thought I told you to go forward.
get him, Olaf. Break every bone in his body. Search for him, Olaf. Search the ship and don't let him get ashore. Yes, sir. Take him to the forecastle. Now you stay here until we get out to sea. And if you know what's good for you, don't try any monkey business.
What did you do? Try to desert? No. This ain't my ship.
He's like you. He's been shanghaied.
Riley. Come on up and keep guard.
Sailor, if you help me get off this ship, I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah? I've heard that before.
This is on the level. This deal will make me plenty.
Say, you talk like a guy that expects to come in for some heavy dough.
I'm working on a racket with a rich outfit named Gironda. It's going to pay heavy, Jack.
So what? Where do I come in?
Get me off this ship and I'll split with you.
Hey, listen, buddy. I've got an idea. Now, you just pretend that you're sick, see? I'll call this guard, and when he comes down here, I'll take care of him. Hey, guard. Oh, guard.
What do you want down there?
You better come down here and take a look at this guy. He looks like he's going to die.
Riley.
Come on.
Hey, stop him!
Good work, pal. Let's get going.
Where do we go from here?
We'll find that fellow that had to be Shanghai.
All right, show the way.
What do you have, boys?
Where's Hobart?
He's not here.
Give us a drink. You know what I want.
What's yours?
Here. Hobart said it was okay.
I thought you said he wasn't in.
Oh, he don't want to be disturbed.
Oh, he don't want to be disturbed, huh? Hey, come on. Come on.
Wait a minute. You can't go up there.
No?
No.
Come on. What do you mean by trying to have me shanghaied?
What are you talking about?
You thought you'd get rid of me, huh?
Who's he?
Never mind him. He's a pal. That's more than you can say, you dirty double-crosser.
Take it easy, Mitchell. I never tried to have you shanghaied.
Well, if you didn't, who did?
You've given Mrs. Geronda plenty cause to have you put away.
Say, if I thought... Say, that's an idea. You get her down here this afternoon and leave the rest to me.
Nothing doing. I don't want any trouble around here.
Hey, wait. You do as I say, or I'll give the cops some information.
Okay, I'll get her here.
I guess you fellas don't need me. I'm going to get a drink.
Okay, tell Steve to give you a couple of them.
Thanks, boss.
You're not cutting him in, are you?
No, I look like a sap.
What'd you have?
I'll have it straight. Well, sir, this is on the house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who said so?
Hobart and Mitchell. I made a second trip to the LED. And you should have seen the captain's face. But he was all right after I explained to him who I was.
Are you sure he didn't know anything about the fake Dr. Geronda?
Absolutely, Jameson. The captain thought he really had an invalid passenger aboard.
Well, what about this fellow Mitchell, and why did they try to Shanghai him?
I'll know more when I get a line on his fingerprints. And, what transpires at Hobart's this afternoon.
I see.
I wonder what's keeping her.
She'll be here soon. When she comes, I'll have her set up. There'll be a lady looking for me. When she comes, send her up to my office.
All right.
I have an appointment with Mr. Hobart.
Right upstairs, room 8.
Thank you.
Walter, watch that door.
Right, Craig.
Jameson, get some water.
Okay, Craig.
How is he?
He's done for.
Just a minute.
Here's the water.
There we are. Here. Try a little sip of water. All right. There you are. Feel better?
Yeah.
Say, is there any place we can take this lady?
There's the room next door.
Give me a hand there, young fellow, will you?
Did she kill him?
Yes, and this notoriety isn't going to do me any good. I warned Mitchell about that woman. We should pick some other place to do her killing. Guess I'd better phone for the police.
That won't be necessary.
Fine. How is that? What? You a cop?
Mrs. Gironda didn't kill Mitchell.
What do you mean?
When Mitchell picked up the phone, this gun was fired by an electrical charge.
How was that?
I'll show you. Now, I'll show you, Walter. Mitchell was killed by the murderer placing this gun on this contrivance, this copper plate. Held in place by these books and attached, you notice, from the receiver of the telephone to the plate. Now then, when Mitchell heard the phone, he picked up the receiver, which immediately discharged the bullet which killed him. I'll demonstrate it to you by pointing the muzzle of the gun to the ceiling. Now stand back, Walter. Watch. And that, Jameson, is just the way it was done.
Then Mrs. Gironda didn't fire the shot.
No. Mrs. Gironda was framed.
By whom?
By the man who rang that phone from the switchboard downstairs. Hobart, you're under arrest for the murder of Joe Mitchell. Put out your hands, Hobart. Jameson, take care of Mrs. Gironda. Call headquarters.
Were you hurt? No, I'm all right. Got the car here? Yeah. Give me a ride back to town, will you? All right. Come on.
Oh, Kennedy. Hello, Gaunt. Any luck?
Take a look at this. The records show that he was released the day before Dr. Gironda disappeared.
That clinches it. Joe Mitchell killed Montgomery.
What was his motive?
We'll clear that up when we find out why Mrs. Gironda came to Hobart's room.
Where does Hobart fit in?
Perhaps it's the old story of thieves falling out.
Situation makes it look bad for Mrs. Gironda, eh?
Before we jump at conclusions, let's see what Mrs. Gironda has to say.
Stop acting like a caged animal.
I don't like that crack.
You've got no one to blame but yourself for spoiling the best chance you ever had of making a fortune.
That's my hard luck and a break for you.
Your end of the Gironda Gold formula will make you plenty. Come on, do I get what I want?
I guess you do.
And that's the whole sordid story.
Of course. And I'm glad you told me the truth, Mrs. Gironda.
And Mother has nothing to worry about anymore.
Nothing. You'll just stay here with your mother. I have an appointment downstairs. Thank you.
Now, don't you worry, Mother. Everything's going to be all right.
Well, it didn't take you long.
No, I'm glad to say. I've cleared up Mrs. Gironda's connection with this case.
Oh, she came clean, eh?
Yes. She was married to Joe Mitchell when he was sent to prison.
On what charge?
Blackmail. He divorced Mitchell and married Dr. Gironda. When Mitchell was released from the penitentiary, he immediately began to blackmail Mrs. Gironda.
Threatened to tell that she was the wife of an ex-convict, eh?
Yes. And Mitchell's appearance shortly after Dr. Gironda vanished made it look bad for both of them.
Did she tell what she was doing in the colonnade when Montgomery was stabbed?
It seems that she had an appointment in the colonnade with Mitchell. And when Montgomery came in, she left. She didn't want Montgomery to see her talking to Mitchell.
But why did Mitchell do away with Montgomery?
Mitchell believed that Montgomery was spying on them and killed him.
Oh. Hey, Craig, Shirley's got some information that might mean a break in this case for you.
What is it, Miss McMillan?
Mr. Denton asked me to come to his apartment, and while I was waiting in the reception room, I overheard him talking to a man named Hobart.
What did they say?
Hobart said he first had to get some assets at the Harbor Hotel to take aboard ship before leaving the country.
Anything else?
Denton told Hobart he had no one to blame for the trouble he was in but himself.
Did he mention what the trouble was?
No, but Mr. Hobart said that Mr. Denton's share of the Gironda Gold formula would make him a very rich man.
Yes, continue.
Well, I thought Mr. Denton was coming into the reception room, so I told the butler I couldn't wait, and then I would see Mr. Denton later.
Gone? We've got to find out what these assets are that Hobart has hidden at the Harbor Hotel. If Denton calls you again, Miss McMillan, you make some excuse until you hear from me. All right, Gaunt. Come on, Walter.
Number 8.
Here, sir.
Number 3.
Here.
Number 2.
Present.
Number 8, you get the subject aboard the Nellie D at once.
Yes, sir.
Number 2, you help number 8 take care of Captain Hansen.
Yes, sir.
Now, men, remember, you all know what you have to do. And don't shoot unless you have to. All right. Take places.
Come on, let's beat it.
nobody here, Craig.
They may be in the room on the other side.
Let's take a look.
Well, a wheelchair, eh? What's this? Cufflink? Yeah. Here's a cufflink with the initial G on it.
I'll bet that stands for Geronda.
Geronda. Dr. Geronda. You're right, Jameson. His wheelchair, and he's been in this room. You all right, Jameson?
Yeah, I'm all right. How about you?
Fine.
Hey, that's a very clever idea, that chute.
Yeah. No doubt constructed to run a wheelchair up and down.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Sullivan.
Captain Hanson, too.
What happened, Sullivan?
Well, I was watching the LED when the crew, aided by some new members, mutinied. Captain Hanson went up to try to stop them, and they took after him. I tried to help the captain, and they conked me.
They all mutinied but Olaf, and he was overpowered and thrown in a hole.
Say, Craig, just before the fight started, I heard the initials PG mentioned.
PG? That must mean Paul Geronda.
Then LED is sailing with a new captain.
They've evidently got the doctor aboard. And if we're going to save him, we're going to have to hurry.
Well, how do we get out of here? Well, that's the door they brought us down through. Dr. Geronda, I'm glad we're in time. I'll get some help and we'll get you out of here. Sullivan! Jameson! I found Dr. Geronda! Sullivan! Jameson! Sullivan! Jameson! Dr. Geronda, I'm glad we're in time. I'll get some help and we'll get you out of here.
Sullivan! Jameson! I found Dr. Geronda! Sullivan! Jameson! Sullivan! Jameson!
Mr. Kennedy's a friend.
You're just in time, Captain. How are things going on deck?
They forced me down the companionway. I took refuge in the first room I came to. They're closing in all around us.
What?
Are you all right, Captain?
You bet.
Looks like Olaf is head man aboard this ship.
Sure is.
Well, looks like the picnic's over, Craig.
Yes, we've got Dr. Geronda aboard ship, and we've got to get him ashore.
Dr. Geronda, where is he?
Down here in the captain's cabin. We've got to take him home. Now, listen, you better go and get the car right away.
Okay.
We'll get him up, Captain.
We got them all locked up down in the hold.
That's fine, Sullivan. Give a hand here with Dr. Geronda.
I got the car ready, Craig.
Good. Take care of Dr. Geronda. Careful now. We'll get him up, Captain.
Got Dr. Geronda. Let's go.
Take Dr. Geronda home and drive as carefully as you can. I'm going back to the Harbor Hotel. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Sullivan, you stick with me.
right, we'll take care of it.
Any news, Gaunt?
The rats have all gone to their holes.
Have you seen anything of Hobart?
No.
I found Dr. Geronda. Jameson's taking him home.
Well, that's great work, Kennedy.
I'm going over to the Geronda home now. I want to see what information I can get from the doctor.
All right, give me a call if you hear anything, will you?
I shall.
Sullivan.
Daily board meeting as usual, Mr. Denton?
What's that? What meeting?
The board meeting.
Oh, yes, the board meeting. I'll say there's going to be a board meeting. That's all, Miss Dillon.
How do you do, ladies?
How do you do?
How's your father?
Why? What do you mean?
Isn't he here? Didn't want to bring him home?
Why, no.
Do you mean you found Dr. Geronda?
Why, yes, of course.
Oh, how is he?
He's just fine. In great shape. As a matter of fact, I expect Walter along here any moment with him.
Oh, I must tell Mother.
Won't Mr. Denton be surprised to hear this?
Why did you mention Mr. Denton?
Why, he just phoned me.
St. Craig.
Where's Dr. Geronda?
He's gone again.
What do you mean?
Well, they held us up, overpowered us, and took your car and took Dr. Geronda also.
Miss McMillan, just before Walter came in, you mentioned that Denton had phoned you again.
Yes. He wanted to know when I was going to keep that appointment.
You're going to keep that appointment now. Here's what I want you to do.
Hi, Thomas. Nice work, boys. Now, get out.
Oh, Mother. Mother, I'm sorry, but Walter couldn't help it. He was outnumbered.
Yes. Yes, I know. He was outnumbered. Oh, but Verna, do you realize that they may kill your father?
But Mr. Kennedy said there was no danger of that. Father means more to them alive than dead.
Alive. Alive.
Yes, alive.
I'll tell Mr. Denton you're here.
Thank you.
Macmillan, I'm certainly glad that you came.
Well, now that I'm here, Mr. Denton, what is it you want?
Well, have you given any thought about our last conversation relative to the missing gold formula?
Mr. Denton, I told you that I had no idea where the formula was. And if I did know, then I would...
Yes, I know, Miss Macmillan. But won't you come over on my side in this matter? You know, I can certainly make it well worth your while. And you profit more than being just a private secretary.
I beg your pardon. Miss Macmillan, will you please oblige me by leaving the room?
Why, yes, of course.
Denton, you're under arrest.
What for?
For the murder of Joe Mitchell.
Now, Geronda, I'm not a doctor, but I've got my suspicions. There's a specialist on his way here, and when he restores your memory, I want your gold formula. Geronda, if you know what's good for you, you'll talk. Come on, quit stalling.
Hey, Craig.
Denton, I've just got a hunch that Hobart is going to drop into your apartment.
Haven't you got him in jail?
No.
Then I've been tricked.
We'll talk about that later. Come on, Jameson.
You will double-cross me, will you? You're the double-crosser. Telling the police that I killed Mitchell. You're a liar. Where's Paul Geronda? I haven't got him. Don't lie to me. Come clean. Where is he? I tell you, I don't know where he is.
Stay right where you are. The game is up, Hobart. Every statement you made about Dr. Geronda's gold formula has been recorded on a dictaphone, placed in this room. Get together, you two.
You will double-cross me, will you? You're the double-crosser. Telling the police that I killed Mitchell. You're a liar. Where's Paul Gironda? I haven't got him. Don't lie to me. Come clean. Where is he? I tell you, I don't know where he is.
Stay right where you are. The game is up, Hobart. Every statement you made about Dr. Gironda's gold formula has been recorded on a dictaphone, placed in this room. Get together, you two. Drop that gun, Hobart. Drop your hand. You'll hang for this, Hobart.
What's the trouble here, Craig?
Hobart just killed Denton.
There goes Dave!
Yeah, Craig. Say, did they get Hobart?
No. He got away.
That's too bad.
By Jove, we've got it.
Good.
Tell me, Walter, exactly where did you find this?
Well,
Kennedy, your life is in danger if you continue on this case. I have been told to tell you that this is your last warning.
Quick, Walter, the daylight developer. This picture I took of Dr. Gironda, I believe, will lead us to the clutching hand. Walter, get some printing paper. While the negative is drying, I'll change my clothes. How long do you think it'll take you?
Oh, about 10 minutes, I think.
That's fine.
That's enough. That's enough. I got him covered here, Craig.
Here's our eavesdropper.
Well, he's not the clutching hand.
I know it, but now I know who the clutching hand is. We'll just keep this man with us. We may need him. Call up Miss Dillon and arrange for a meeting of the board of directors at the Geronda home at once.
All right.
Come on, you.
Get going.
How do you do? Skip that. What can you do for this?
Looks pretty bad. How'd you do it?
Cleaning my gun and what all. Get busy.
Wait here just a moment.
All right, give me your hand. Take out a spot, Walter, and watch. If the man we want tries to get away, he'll probably make for this car.
All right, Craig.
We'll fix you up all right.
What's that?
Why, I don't know. Women.
What's all this about, Nicky?
Why, I don't know. I was helping a man with a shot.
Shot?
Yes, and suddenly he seemed to go crazy. He knocked me down and rushed out.
You were working here when this man came in?
Yes.
What about this book?
What? That's Dr. Geronda's formula book.
Right you are, Nicky. Put out your hands. Come on, put them out.
Why, what's the idea?
I've been waiting for this opportunity ever since Dr. Geronda disappeared.
Where are you going? Just a minute. Come on, put him on.
Ladies, gentlemen. Well, has he arrived yet?
Not as yet.
What's the meaning of this?
That's the man that hit me.
Yeah, he has.
Where did you get him, Gaunt?
Trailed him here. Caught him as he was making the getaway.
Begins to look as though we're getting to the end of this case. Look.
What's that?
Dr. Paul Geronda's gold formula book.
Why, where did you get it?
From Nicky here.
You don't mean...
No. He's not the clutching hand, but he's had this book ever since the night Dr. Geronda disappeared.
Why didn't he make a break with the gold formula as long as he had it?
He would have, but there's part of the gold formula missing.
Oh. How about the clutching hand?
Now that I have this book, I'll have him before the day is over. Lock these men up. I've got an appointment at the Geronda home.
Okay, Kennedy. Come on, Phelps. Here you.
Gentlemen, you can think what you please. But as attorney for Paul Geronda, I repeat,
Unless something is done immediately, I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
But, Mr. Cromwell, what about Craig Kennedy? He must have something to report. He called this meeting.
Well, he'd better have something to report.
Gentlemen, I have something to report. Have any of you gentlemen ever seen this book before?
Dr. Geronda's formula book.
Right you are. Dr. Geronda's gold formula book.
The formula book?
As attorney for Paul Geronda, I demand that book.
Just a minute, Mr. Cromwell. There are some chemical notations here on page 8 of which I would like a copy. Miss McMillan,
Yes, Mr. Kennedy.
will you please make a typewritten copy of this page for me, please?
Certainly.
Thank you. Now, that'll just take a few minutes, Mr. Cromwell.
You!
Dr. Geronda!
You got my gold formula! Give me my gold! My gold formula! My gold! Let me go! Sarge, you can't have it! Let me go! It's mine, I tell you! No, you can't! It's mine! It's mine! No, let me go! You can't have it! Let me go, I tell you! No! You... Let me go! You can't have it! It's mine! No! No, you can't have it! Let me go! You can't have it! No! No, you can't have it! It's mine! Let me go!
Here's the man who attempted to steal the Geronda gold formula.
Why, the man's gone insane.
What's happened?
My gold formula! He's trying to steal my gold formula! It's mine! It's mine, I tell you! He can't have it! Number 8! Number 8! Number 8! Number 8! Where are you, number 8? Go back! Go back! You can't have it! You can't have it! Number 8! Number 8! Stop the car! Get me away out of here! Geronda!
What's the trouble?
You can't have it! You can't have my gold formula! It's mine now! No, you can't have it! It's mine! You can't have it! It's mine! You can't go back! You can't have it! No! It's mine! You can't have it, I tell you! It's mine! It's mine and you can't have it! You can't...
What happened, Craig? He's dead, Walter. And this is the end of the gold formula. There you are, Gordon. I guess that's all.
What about the gold formula?
There never was a gold formula.
What do you mean?
Paul Geronda, who was Verna's guardian...
Wasn't he a father?
No. Geronda was appointed Verna's guardian when she was 2 years old. Recently, he misappropriated vast sums belonging to her. In order to recoup his losses on the stock exchange, Geronda hit upon the plan to fake a synthetic gold formula, talk his company into selling a gigantic issue of the stock, grab his share, and skip.
Well, where does Nicky fit in?
The night Geronda disappeared, he made Miss McMillan believe that he had memorized a part of the gold formula. Nicky, believing the formula to be authentic and recorded in the formula book, attacked Geronda and stole the formula book. Geronda recovered, and discovering his fake gold formula missing, he realized that the book held evidence to expose him as an imposter. Now, unaware of whom his assailant was, he thereafter spared no efforts to recover the so-called gold formula.
Well, what about Wickham, the butler?
Oh, you mean Major Courtney of the Army Intelligence Service.
Courtney?
Yes. His job was to locate the war gas formula Brown invented, and which Dr. Brown, or Dr. Geronda, was trying to sell to a foreign power.
Did he find it?
Major Courtney and the war gas formula now are on their way to Washington. Visitone.
Frank Kennedy, this is your last warning.
Mr. Kennedy, we're waiting dinner for you and Shirley. And bring Mr. Gaunt.
I must say that's very nice of them.